Ayo, what's good guys? Another video here. Today we got Jefferies being a savage for 10 straight minutes, even though this is 11 minutes. So clickbait. Either way, let's get to it right now. Okay, sorry for the cut. I had some technical difficulties to say the least, and I couldn't hear the video. But problem solved. Uh-oh. I'm scared. It's Jefferies.
America was founded on the idea that people are entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But what does that really mean? It sounds like the founding fathers just couldn't think of another word that started with L. It was supposed to be life, liberty, and leeches. But then they realised that healthcare isn't a right, and they scrapped it. It's exciting. The show.
Off the top, man. Off the top, he's going off. He right though. He right. That's probably what happened.
It's a lot different from when I was last on it.
Why? What happened last time?
You didn't used to pick on 98-year-old women as much. She's very good. You should have her on the show more often. Probably in the next year or so. Don't. Now think about your favourite thing. You might be into sports, gardening, golf. I don't know what the fuck you're into.
Right.
Now think about it. Now replace it.
Okay.
With rape. And that's how Bill Cosby feels all day, every day. What were you?
I completely forgot. I had literally reacted to that. I completely forgot about it. It just got me so off guard, bro. I can't. Oh my fucking god.
You taught about America as a child?
Those guys have horns with a big nose.
Big nose and horns. That's Canadians you're explaining. 2006, I was punched in the head on stage. Someone just ran on stage and punched me in the head for something I said, and that's too long a story to tell right now. But I was punched in the head on stage.
Oh my God.
My son was watching fast. I'm upstairs showering. He just runs upstairs, really excited, and he's pointing at me in the shower going, "You're a fail! You're a fail!" And I'm just like looking, I'm like going, could be better, but you're not going to be much better. You know? If I ever had an assisted suicide, I wanted to be a Canadian doctor.
Oh my fucking god. That's... The more I think about that, the funnier it is. This is why I'm a fan of Jefferies. Bro, don't give a fuck.
You're a fail! And I'm just like looking, I'm like going, could be better, but you're not going to be much better. You know? If I ever had an assisted suicide, I wanted to be a Canadian doctor.
Why?
I want some guy rocking up to my house like, okay, you're ready then. So I hear that someone's given up on life, eh? All right, let me just set up my little death machine here, and I'm gonna put this in your vein, and you're gonna be so sleepy so soon. I tell you what, there. You meet a couple that's been married for 50 years, and no one says, "Yeah, that checks out. That's par for the course." It's always, "Oh my God, how did you do it? What's your secret?" And you always get the same response. She says, "Well, it's all about compromise." And then the guy chuckles and says, yeah, she's always right. And then he looks down at the floor and a small portion of him dies. Now, I did this routine in Australia and they wrote a very horrible review of the show. And I hate that people forget that I'm a comedian and that I'm joking. But I have to do this little public service announcement before I do this routine. I believe in many ways rape is wrong.
Agreed.
I believe when possible you should always avoid raping people.
I was an actor in...
DudeSaysThings backs that statement. No rapey.
I believe when possible you should always avoid raping people.
I was an actor in North Korea, propaganda student troupe, to tell people not to escape from North Korea.
That was your job?
Yes.
And were you always plotting to escape yourself? Were you like, hey, don't, it's like when I tell people, like, don't take drugs. In 1996, Australia had the biggest massacre on earth. Still hasn't been beaten. And
The actress who plays a prostitute, you guys hook up,
Yeah.
and there's a baby. So what happens later on when your child says...
I have to look him in the eye and say, when I met your mother, I employed her as a prostitute. You get diagnosed when you're about 6 years old, when you're not walking right, and they put you on crutches. By the time you're 10, you're in a wheelchair. By the time you're 20, you're in a completely vegetated state. Most people die before their 25th birthday. Dan's lived to be 33 years old, still alive and kicking. Let me rephrase that. Still alive. In the earliest days, you needed someone to watch your back, since most of your days were spent avoiding shit that could kill you. The marriage contract was like, hey, quick, you grab that potato and I'll look out for velociraptors. Till death do us part. Oh, that was quick. I guess we're parted. Oh, he left the bottom half. That's good. I can have sex and eat tonight. I can't tell you the amount...
Oh my fucking God. Jesus. For fuck's sake. What a fucking legend. For fuck's sake.
Amount of arguments I've had with women that could have been sorted out quicker with a punch. And while we're on the subject
Oh my God.
of domestic violence, it's a horrible thing, of course it is. And now, I tried to do this routine in Kansas. Very hard to explain what a really good meal's like. They couldn't wrap their brain around it. I was like, you know when you go to one of those really fancy restaurants? And I went, think about the best meal you've ever had. And then one guy yells out, ribs! And I was like, yeah, ribs are good. But think of a meal that's even better than ribs. And he thought about it and he went, 2 ribs! And I went, yeah! I'm proposing a new type of...
That man is a man after my own heart. Yo, some baby back ribs? Mwah. Elite.
partnership. It's based on the traditional wedding vows. It's called I love you for better. Why do they teach you English if you're never allowed to leave?
Can I tell the truth?
Yeah, sure, of course.
North Korea government said that when you fight with American, you should know English for killing them.
Oh, so you can kill the people.
Not people,
Like,
American.
Oh, not people, Americans.
Yeah,
okay, sorry. Nice to know English.
Yeah.
So you can say, Happy 4th of July, motherfucker. You...
So we not people? Okay, I see how it is. Okay. We the only ones who speak English, huh? You heard it. North Korea said it first, bruh. We not people. We only speak English. Nobody else gets to speak English, I guess. Fuck's sake. Is that a real interview, though? Like, jokes aside, this lady. Like, is she actually from North Korea? Like, what is the story with this? I thought he was just a comedian. I mean, he's making jokes and shit through it, but, like, what is up with this? Seriously.
American.
Oh, not people, Americans.
Yeah,
okay, sorry. Nice to know English.
Yeah.
So you can say, Happy 4th of July, motherfucker. You constantly say freedom all the time. Like, we're so free, we fight for freedom. Come to the Freedom Lounge at the airport. Like, fucking what? You know when you're singing the national anthem at the baseball and the person holds the note free for a little bit longer than they should until all you Americans fucking come in your pants? For the land of the free. Now, one upside to escaping North Korea is access to free press. But one downside to escaping is the non-stop 24/7 free press. And I love America, I truly do. I live here and I love it. I have nothing against it. And none of the things I'm about to mention affect me in any way, right?
Facts.
You may not be the freest place on earth. I'm all for your Second Amendment rights. I think you should be able to have guns. It's in your Constitution. What I am not for is bullshit arguments and lies. There is one argument and one argument alone for having a gun, and this is the argument. Fuck off. I like guns.
Still disagree with that one. Sorry. If having a gun to defend yourself is a valid reason to have a gun.
It's not the best argument, but it's all you've got. Between Donald Trump cozying up to Vladimir Putin at yesterday's summit and the protests that follow him wherever...
So serious, what the fuck is that? I was about to say something. What the fuck? I ain't never seen that shit. God, why does he look like a fucking Smurf? Looks like a... Bro, he looks like a fucking, like, Mr. Peanut. They took a peanut, inflated it, and put Donald Trump's hair on it and drew a face. Bruh.
Wherever he goes, America's image is taking a beating all over the world. And yet America doesn't really seem to give a f***. What we lack in diplomacy, we make up for in confidence.
Nah.
The U.S.
I'm gonna be honest, and this may piss people off, but Americans as a whole, I'm speaking generality, not every single American this applies to, but as a whole, do not give a fuck what other countries think of us for the most part. Like, if I go down the street and ask my neighbors, hey, do you give a flying fuck what other countries think of the USA? You know what they're gonna say? Not really. Not really. So, like, that is facts. What he just said there, that's not even him being a savage. That's just him speaking the truth.
is basically the aggro, coked-up guy in the bar smothered with Axe body spray and just screaming in some woman's ear about Bitcoin. It's the way of the future, Bitcoin, Bitcoin! You have social media, every single peanut fucking thought that ever came into your head. I'll fucking comment on that. What type of fucking low-rent cunts are you? Like, if you take more than 3 selfies a week, fucking end it. End it. The way to make America great is to admit it has flaws.
Facts.
I mean, all you
Facts.
patriots who seem to love this country so much, you also hate immigrants. If you don't want them to come here, stop telling them it's so fucking good.
This is the greatest country. That's facts. That's actually facts. Like, I always think that, because there are like the certain types of Americans who are just always like, America, fuck yeah, we're the best. And then those are like the same people who are like, as you were saying, like get all mad when people like try to come here, and it's like, well, facts. Like he just spit the truth right there.
Country in the history of mankind.
Oh, calm down, Marco. The history of mankind. It's not even the greatest in the history of now. Have you ever been to Bora Bora? You just sit there on the beach all day drinking cocktails while resort workers rub your feet. Sure, it's not a good country for them, but I had a wonderful time. I'd live there permanently if they had better comedy clubs or a comedy club. When we fucked last night, it was a little bit dry, and now I'm sore. Now, to any woman who said something similar to this, may I say, your problem. My job was to get an erection. Your job was to get your hole wet. Didn't you get your hole wet? We both had things to do.
Oh.
Why do we place so much value on beauty? Good-looking people aren't inherently better. They're just lucky enough to be dealt a good hand and eyes and bone structure and another hand, but not the feet though. Beautiful people have gross fucking feet. They're always wearing high heels and they've got bunions and they've got a little toe that takes over the rest of the foot. It's disgusting.
What in the cinnamon toast fuck is that? That shit looks deformed, bruh. What the fuck is that? Why the fuck does the toe come out of the side of the other toe?
If you want to see nice feet, date a lesbian in Birkenstocks. These are the top 10 countries who execute the most prisoners. And the US isn't even the last one. It's number 7.
Number
Personally,
7.
I'm against the death penalty, or as I call it, grown-up abortion.
The Jews. Thoughts?
World War II and the Holocaust. What we were told about like the 6 million Jews, absolutely not correct.
You're not a Holocaust denier.
I am.
It just doesn't add up to 6 million.
And let me ask you this.
No.
Subscribe. If you don't, I hope you end up on tow, bro. What? The fuck? You know what? You heard the man. Like, comment, subscribe, or if you don't, I hope you end up on tow, bro. I don't know what the fuck tow, bro is, but you know what? That's a threat. Now we're getting subscribers. So either way, I'm out. Bye. With